If you want to sell with emails, you need to do one of the four things: tell stories, paint a dream outcome, break beliefs, and handle objections. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the power of custom GPTs and AI to do exactly that. So let's jump right in. We start with the first GPT that I created, Sell Story, and this is going to tell stories. So basically we just press draft story email, and then the GPT will prompt us with some questions. So what is the product you want to promote and what are its key benefits? For the test purposes, let's just say Custom GPT OS, my most converting product, and here I just copy paste some details. Who is your target audience? Entrepreneurs and busy business owners. Can you share a personal experience or relatable story that highlights the value of the product? Before I found custom GPTs, I was overwhelmed with work. Nothing was really making sense. I was pushing, but the results didn't follow. I was focused too much on admin stuff. When I discovered custom GPTs, I started outsourcing a lot of work to them. My workload decreased by 70% and my productivity doubled. Obviously, the better the story you're going to put, the more real, the longer the story, the better the email. But for the purpose of this test, I just want to put a very simple one so you can actually see how they all work in practice and how good they already are, even if you put a very simple stories. Is there any urgency or scarcity to emphasize? Let's say 5 days left. Boom. And now the GPT will take all of this and based on the frameworks and the data it has inside, it will prepare an email. So let's look at it. Before I found custom GPTs, I was drowning. No matter how hard I pushed, it felt like I wasn't moving forward. My days were packed with admin tasks and my big picture goals, they were collecting dust. Then I discovered custom GPT OS. Everything changed. With this AI-powered assistance and so on and so forth. Again, as mentioned before, the longer the story, the more details in the story, the better in email, but this email is pretty good already. You simply take this email, edit it a little bit, and it's good to go. Perfect. Now we know how to tell stories. Let's move forward to painting a dream outcome. So the second GPT is called Dream Designer, and that's exactly what I just mentioned, paints a dream outcome. Which product or service would you like to promote? Who is the target audience for this product? Entrepreneurs and busy business owners. Let's stay consistent. Now it will come up with a couple of dream scenarios. Freedom to focus, passive income machine, effortless business efficiency. I want to use freedom to focus and I want to have a bit longer email with a lot of vivid details. Imagine your business running itself. It's a crisp morning and you're sipping coffee on your balcony. Instead of feeling the usual rush of emails and never-ending to-do lists, your mind is free. You glance at your calendar. It's clear for the day. Why? Because while the world was spinning, your custom GPT handled everything. Clients are delighted with instant responses. Tasks that once drained your energy are already done. Leads are captured, sorted, and ready for you to review. All before you even opened your laptop. This isn't just a fantasy. It is what entrepreneurs just like you are achieving with the custom GPT cash printing formula, and so on and so forth. Now this email is even better. Why? Because I ask him to make it a bit longer. Now again, I would go through editing process, add some stuff, remove some stuff, go back and forth maybe with GPTs if I don't like some angles, and then the painting a dream outcome email would be ready. So now we are ready to move to the next one, which is the belief breaker. This one is critical because every customer holds limiting beliefs about your product. And if you manage to successfully address all of those limiting beliefs, then their willingness to buy will go up immensely. So let's start. Belief breaker, let's break some beliefs. First, can you tell me which product service you would like to promote? Let's just copy paste this again. Who is your target audience? Entrepreneurs and busy business owners. So now again, he will come up with some limiting beliefs. Here, I would also suggest you do a little bit of a prior research by talking to customers, going through forums, even speaking with ChatGPT, and really identify what are the limiting beliefs that people are holding. But let's just see what he came up with. I'm not tech savvy enough to build custom GPTs. This is a big one in AI, and this is what I usually address in my emails. AI is too expensive to incorporate into my business. Custom GPTs sound great, but I don't have the time to figure it out. Selling custom GPTs might work for others, but not for me. So for me, I would like to do the first one. Is there any urgency or scarcity tied? Let's say 3 days left. I used to think AI wasn't for me. I'm not a techie. Coding? Forget it. AI? Sounds overwhelming. But then I realized something that completely changed my business and my life. AI doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be scary. And it certainly doesn't require you to be a tech wizard. Now he will ask us, does this align with your vision? Let me know if you would like adjustments. Let's say that we would like him to be more vivid in the story, or we want to share a story. So we would just go back and forth with him until we are happy. I like the email, but I would like you to start with a bit of a longer story and show more emotions and how I felt when I held this limiting belief. I want a nice transition to a product. Boom. And let's see what he comes up with. A few years ago, I hit a wall. My to-do list was endless. Repetitive tasks ate up my time. I knew I needed something to streamline my business, but every solution I looked at felt impossible to grasp. AI sounded like the answer, but I wasn't techy. I didn't code. I didn't even know where to start. So I told myself a story. AI is for experts, people who understand all the complicated stuff. I'll never be able to figure it out. I believed that lie for years, and so on and so forth. So now you can see, we made a little bit of a comment, what we didn't like, and GPT actually adjusted the story, make it more vivid, express my feelings, emotions, and so on. And you really can go back and forth with all of these GPTs until you nail on the story. Let's say that we are now happy with the beliefs. We come to the last out of the 4 main ones, objection opener. Now this one is important. As well as people held beliefs, they will also held certain objections to buying the product. Maybe it's not the right time, maybe the price is too high, and so on and so forth. The one I saw the most is actually the price objection. So if you do this correctly, you tell the stories, you paint a dream outcome, you break beliefs, then the last objection that people will hold is the price. And this GPT will help you break that one. So let's do this. Handle objections. What product or service do you want to promote? Boom. Who is the target audience? Entrepreneurs and busy business owners. Let's tackle the objection of price. Let's compare it to the virtual assistant cost that costs $1,000 to $2,000. I did that when I was first selling the product, and this email really blew up. And the reason it blew up is because you are comparing something which is expensive versus your product. And then in customer mind, the people get the feeling, oh, okay, the difference is so huge that I really need to buy this. My product costs $100, but if you buy it in the next 24 hours, I will give it to you for $50. Can you highlight the key features and benefits of your product that directly counters the price objection? Okay. Comparing to VA, ROI is much better. Now he will outline the email structure, and then he will start with email. What if you could save $1,950 every month? Stop overpaying for tasks a $50 assistant can handle. Imagine hiring a virtual assistant. They handle repetitive tasks, giving you back precious time. But at $1,000 to $2,000 a month, the costs add up fast. That's why I created the Custom GPT cash printing formula. For just $50, if you act in the next 24 hours, this AI-powered system helps you build your own assistants inside Notion. And so on and so forth, right? Now, Let's again assume I would like to expand on the story at the beginning. Please include more storytelling at the start. A bit longer email. Now, for the test purposes, I'm including a very short example so you can see what the GPT can already do with little data. But in your example, you're going to be including real customer stories, your stories, examples, and so on and so forth. And you're going to be providing more data. So in most cases, you will not need to even go back and forth with GPT because GPT will be operating with much more data and the results are going to be value-packed content emails based on stories that actually sell. Now let's look at this. 3 months ago, a friend of mine hit a breaking point. Her business was growing, but so was the mountain of tasks, emails, scheduling, admin work. She spent hours on repetitive tasks instead of focusing on the big picture. Sound familiar? She finally decided to hire a virtual assistant. This is a pretty good email. Now, again, just to recap, we told a story, we painted a dream outcome, we broke beliefs, and now we handled objections. So this is already a very strong sales sequence. If you pull these 4 off properly, you are going to convert. But we obviously aim for perfection. So there are 2 other bonus GPTs that I created that will really take this to the next level. The first one is the proof producer. And this one is basically sharing your testimonials. You remember when I mentioned that a price handling email was the one that did the most selling for me? The second biggest seller was the proof producer, showing the testimonials. And this makes sense because people want to buy what other people have and trust. Which product or service would you like to promote? Let's again use the Custom GPT cash printing formula. Entrepreneurs and busy business owners. So let's just go to the real testimonial that I got for the product and let's just copy that. So this is a testimonial from Ramon. Let's go back. And let's just use one. I would suggest you use at least 2 to 3, but for the purpose of this test, let's just include one and see what Custom GPT can come up with. Is there any urgency or scarcity tied to this offer? 2 days left. Imagine having AI assistant that handle the busy work, freeing you up to focus on the big picture, growing your business. That's what the Custom GPT cash printing formula does for entrepreneurs like you. But don't just take my word for it. Here's what Ramon, a busy solopreneur, had to say, and then Ramon's testimonial, and so on and so forth, right? So this is a very powerful email, which I would send after the objection opener the next day, showing the proof, testimonials, play around with it. Again, I would suggest you include at least 2 to 3 testimonials, so this email will be a bit longer. You can also include the screenshots, which is what I usually do of all of my testimonials, and these emails convert pretty well. Now, the last GPT is the deadline dynamo. But I just want to copy paste this so we have the same product and ensure consistency. So the deadline dynamo is a GPT that exercises time pressure. So what products are you promoting? Custom GPT OS. What are the 3 biggest benefits of the Custom GPT cash printing formula? Saves 10 hours each week, reduces workload by 70%, increases productivity by 2x. Who is your target audience? Busy entrepreneurs and business owners. What's the time limit for this offer? 4 hours left. So this email I would send a couple of hours before the actual ending of the offer. Now, one thing that is important here, never lie to your customer. For example, if you say prices will go up after 4 hours, increase the prices. If you say bonuses will disappear, remove the bonuses. Because in the long run, you're building trust and connection with your audience. And you want them to take action when you basically propose the action. You don't want them to not trust you and think, oh, actually I can buy it in a week. Because that will decrease your sales and trust with your customers. This is your chance to reclaim your time and skyrocket your productivity. The Custom GPT cash printing formula is the AI-powered system busy entrepreneurs love. Why? Because it saves 10 hours each week by automating repetitive tasks, reduces your workload by 70% so you can focus on growth, doubles your productivity, making success faster and easier. And right now you can grab it in an unbeatable offer, but only for the next 4 hours, and so on and so forth. So this one exercises a little bit of a time pressure, so people who are on the fence realize, okay, Now I need to make a decision. And if they decide to buy your product, that's okay. If they decide they don't want to buy a product, that's also okay. But what you want them to do is to make a decision. Now let's recap. We looked at 6 custom GPTs. Telling the story, painting a dream outcome, breaking beliefs, handling objections, offering social proof, and leveraging time pressure. And this is everything you need for super powerful sales campaigns. I hope this was helpful. If it was, make sure to like and subscribe below. I'm also going to link product below if you want to check it out, and stay tuned until the next video. You got this.